Solana holders are getting excited, but not really. News, announcements, and so much more are coming out all the time about the Solana network. I think it's going to be huge in the next few days. If you're interested, there's a new drop. If I could start right away, I'd be grateful. It's time to talk about why Solana is not as big as Ethereum. People don't know that it's there, and that's the main reason. There are a lot of people who invest in NFTs for fun and don't really invest in Solana. That's about to change. Solana and Phantom Wallet support are both being worked on by OpenSea, which is just amazing. OpenSea is the world's largest NFT platform, and it has now been shown as an option, of course. Then, they responded with the eyeball emoji there, which is what they did. Who wouldn't want that? Also, when we look at the data for the OpenSea, we see that January has been their busiest month of the year so far. This is very interesting. There are a lot of days that have a lot of OpenSea fishing. When the platform grows so quickly, Solana looks like it will grow too. Then, of course, we have the fees they've made the most money from. Most NFTs were sold in January, which is the busiest month for traders. The data just keeps getting better. As soon as this page is done, it will be interesting to see how this data translates over, but getting on OpenSea is going to be a big deal. Now, the next thing that makes me think that Solana is still going to get bigger is the price of the coin itself. So right now, it's only $88, which is a lot less than the $200 or so that we saw back in November. But this actually makes it a great time to buy for people who want to get some money and invest for a cheap price. People who believe in Solana have a lot of great opportunities to make money, make great flips, and more. With a price of only $88 for each Solana, it makes these changes very easy. As soon as we get the liquidity out of the way, we have to talk about what people are actually doing with the money that they have, and it looks like they're really getting into some projects. This is Yoku Dragons, which has a floor of 380 Solana and has a lot of dragons. It costs $38,000 to buy one of these. What the hell? In what way did this happen? As of right now, Yoga Dragons are one of the best blue-chip Solana projects that you can get your hands on right now. The reason not a lot of people can afford something like this is that it's not cheap. I know I can't, but I think a lot of people are going to these big projects. As a brand new mint from a few days ago, Chill Chat costs 50. That's just gone crazy. I think that over time, as the Adidas project grows, Ethereum, of course, will grow as well. I think this could grow and become another blue chip. So there are a lot of changes and projects that people are taking advantage of. There are a lot of projects on the launch pad. Because there's so much new stuff coming out every day, the projects that are getting made are actually clogging up the network, which is crazy. But, we'll talk about that a little more in a while. And the metaverse is another thing that comes to mind, as well. Nobody seems to know this phrase. I mean, when it comes down to it, the metaverse is just another level of digital ownership. Real money is going into a digital world so that you can own something. People don't know that the metaverse can be as simple as a video game or a small payment. If you want it to be, it doesn't have to be all that great. In the end, as long as there are enough people who use or play the game, that's what really counts. People who work for Microsoft talked about this, and they said that this is the future for Microsoft Teams, Xbox, and devices to its investors. So, during an hour-long call, they said that, yeah, it looks like the metaverse will be something that people will go into that will make investors excited in the coming years. So if they think it's going to be the next big thing on the internet and want people to build their own metaverse worlds, that's great. All this and more, but when we think about this, how does this apply to Solana, as well? Well, there are only two cryptos that are very important in metaverse projects right now, and both of them are very important. Also, that's Ethereum and Solana. It's not just Terra, Luna, and Near protocol. There are a lot of other people who want to be the best. Everyone talks about these things, but right now Ethereum and Solana are the most popular buy. If Solana comes in second behind Ethereum, she still has a great chance. You should know that there are projects on Solana that make the world bigger. You've become lonely. So, yeah, there's a metaverse going on there, right? Some of the projects in the suites have been very popular because they work with the metaverse. This is why they are so popular. And don't even tell me about the mints. I mean, God, there are a lot of them in the metaverse, and they all play a role. There is Solana in line again. It is like they are waiting to be used in future metaverse projects in this way. There are a lot of things that aren't Ethereum, like decentralized land or the sandbox. Solana is the only thing that isn't Ethereum or one of its derivatives. The last thing, of course, is that Solana, even though all this news is great, has some problems with outages. In fact, you guys can see that when there is a very big mint, there are a lot of transactions that have to be repeated, and things like that can happen. Apparently, bots were sending a lot of the same transactions, which was making the problem worse. But they did try to fix this by making changes to their ecosystem. So that's why they got 1.8 points out of 14. It's an update to their ecosystem. They had a little delay in the price, but once they get this worked out, which I'm sure will happen, Solana will still be fast. In general, it's one of the best networks for NFTs because it doesn't charge fees. Even if they are on paper, they don't read as well as they should. Besides the theory, which costs a lot of money, it will be hard to stop them. A lot of people have already used Solana, and it's cheap and easy to get into. People who are just getting started with NFTs and don't want to pay a lot of fees for them are going to be better off with a service like this. There is a lot going for Solana. I hope you found it interesting. Thank you so much to everyone. See you all next time. Peace.